All right, we're going to go ahead and get started with the Planning Commission meeting for June 18th, 2019. We have 4 members of the commission present. We are excusing Commissioners Luthi and Hatch, and not sure if we're going to get Commissioner Badon. If he comes, we'll recognize him. If not, he's excused. First item on the agenda is to discuss the minutes from our previous meeting, which was way back in May 7th, if anybody can remember those minutes. Commissioner Green.
I'm not sure I can remember back that far, but I'm going to move to approve the minutes as written by our fine Julie.
Commissioner Thomas.
I will second that.
Make sure you get that.
We have a motion.
Recognizing you in the minutes.
We have a motion with a second. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? The motion carries 4-0. And then our one and only public item is this item 1300 West zoning conditions 7179 through 7187 South 1300 West, removing some zoning conditions, and the city of West Jordan is our applicant. Larry, you have the floor, sir.
So it's really, I should have used a different color, but this ordinance amendment would affect these, I guess it's 4 parcels.
Yeah, it looks like it goes a little to the
The
north of
county
that
strip.
big one. Yeah.
So these 4 parcels. There were zoning conditions put on originally 19 years ago, and then they were amended 15 years ago. And so as you can see, they all have to deal with homeowners association, 8 units per acre, maximum density, 15% open space. And then what was amended is 15%. So originally there was one project that was going to come in here and take all of this property and be part of Milky Hollow subdivision or condominiums. That didn't occur, and so the zoning conditions were left in place on this property. And so what was changed from 2000 to 2015, like I said, is a 15% open space. So it'd just be 15% of the remaining project area. And then in 2000, it was supposed to be developed as a condominium project. And in 2004, it was changed to individually owned townhouse units. The property owner is interested in developing their property under the cap and grade ordinance. The only thing that they can develop are single family homes. As you can see, the zoning condition doesn't allow that. And so that's the request for the removal of the zoning conditions. Anyway, all of the rest of this stuff is largely enforced by the current city ordinances. So the zoning conditions aren't needed, and quite frankly, we don't use zoning conditions anymore, and they've been challenged in court as not legal. But we still have the ability to enforce what was done by previous councils. But however, I recommend that these zoning conditions, all 8 of them from both ordinances, be removed from the property. And then that will allow the homeowner to develop the 2 lots, or subdivide this to 2 lots and build 2 single-family homes. The property owners already come in for a pre-application meeting, and so they're anxious to get started on this. So, do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, one question really quick, and then we'll go to Commissioner Green here. Is single family the only thing we're going to permit here? I mean, we won't let them do any kind of duplexes
No,
based on the
that's all.
cap and grade?
Under cap and grade, all we can allow is single family.
We can't make any exception to that? It just
No.
seems like, I mean, we've kind of got a bunch of multifamily.
Nope.
I mean, I'm not proposing we get 8 units here,
Nope.
but I mean, if you had 2 duplexes.
Answer's no.
What's that?
Answer's no.
Okay.
Single family.
Commissioner Green.
To follow on with that, when I read that, isn't the current zoning R38?
Correct.
So the zoning doesn't have to be rezoned to put a single-family home on an R38?
No, single family is a permitted use in an R38 zone.
Okay.
Yeah.
But because of cap and grade, we
Yes.
can't put the townhomes or the R38 in there because these weren't vested prior to the cap and grade.
And what they want to build doesn't meet any of the exemptions in the cap and grade ordinance.
Awesome. Any other questions? This is a public hearing, so we'll go ahead and open up the public hearing. If you'd like to come forward and speak about this item, I think
You are the public.
you are the public today, sir. Just please state your name and your address for the record.
My name is Craig Johnson, and my address is 3276 West, 11400 South in South Jordan. I also own the lot at 7185 South, 1300 West. So we've had some conversations with Larry, as he indicated, and I am thrilled that the zoning condition is being removed. We couldn't do anything with the property, basically, because the zoning condition said it had to be one thing, but the cap and grade said it had to be another. So just express my appreciation for you guys taking care of this, and you'll probably see me again pretty soon for the subdivision of that third acre. So, thank you.
Now, Mr. Johnson, I want to make clear that this is a recommending body. The city council still has to vote on this at a future meeting, but it should be, what do you think, Duncan, in July, you believe, or?
Yeah, I would assume it would be one of the two meetings in July, so.
Okay, so assuming this committee
Yeah.
approves it, then it will go to the city council.
City council, and then they would take final action on it. And then you would come back with your subdivision to this group, but this is the last group you would meet with on the
Get
subdivision.
really used to our faces.
Yeah. All right, but that doesn't, I don't have to wait till July to proceed with, the variance that we.
No, pursue that right away, okay.
All righty, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
Sure you don't want to come up?
All right. All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and close the public hearing and bring this back to the commission for discussion and possible motion. Commissioner Green.
I think this is a really good idea. I drive past that piece of property probably 10 or 12 times a week, and right now it's not in very good shape. And the one to the south isn't much better. So I'm glad we're looking at this and glad that the city's doing. In fact, I'd say I wish we could take off the zoning restrictions on every piece of property in the city. So
Now, that is something Duncan and I have talked about, and so we'll kind of flesh that out. Because that may be a real possibility, but since we're not enforcing them any longer, or not doing that any longer, so.
But it's one of those things that I'm glad that we're looking at, even if it's piecemeal. Someday maybe we can look at it, just doing a mass thing, get rid of all the zoning conditions. But for this piece of property, absolutely. Cause I mean, you've got two major pieces of property right there that really aren't in very good shape, and building a couple of new homes on that, whatever ends up there will fit in with the ones to the south that have just been put in there the last few years, or to the north that'll fit in there and everything. So I'm looking forward to the street looking better, so. I don't have the notes up, so I couldn't read
Commissioner England.
I'll make a motion, absent any other comments. Based on the information and findings set forth in the staff report, and upon the evidence and explanations received today, I move that the Planning Commission recommend to the City Council to remove all zoning conditions in Ordinance 00-17 from 0.29 acres of property and Ordinance 04-47 from 0.34 acres of property R38 ZC zone.
Commissioner Thomas.
I will second that.
We have a motion from and a second. Sorry, Commissioner England, my mind went blank. We have a motion from Commissioner England and a second from Commissioner Thomas. Any discussion to the motion? All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries 4-0. And that's it for our agenda tonight. Yeah, we'll hopefully see each other out in the second, but it sounds like we might not, so happy 4th, everybody. Okay, we are adjourned.